Agricultural Bank of Namibia's Agri-Advisory Services Division offers training to farmers and bank clients in various farming enterprises in all 14 regions of Namibia through face-to-face sessions. The AgriLearn online platform will share production content on various agriculture farming enterprises to build the knowledge of farmers from all walks of life. Join us as we embark on this virtual journey towards sustainable farming as we zoom into the basics of poultry production.
Good day, farmers. My name is Henk Saisai. I'm the Technical Advisor for Crops and Poultry within Agribank's Agri-Advisory Services Division. We're going to talk about market research and chicken value chain. First and foremost, before you set up any agricultural business, just like in the general business world, you need to do a bit of research. Find out crucial information that sets you apart from the rest of the people that are in the business. First and foremost, find out the vital things that you need as assets. You need to find out who supplies the inputs that you need for you to produce. You need to also find out your competitors and do an analysis on them to find out how you can outcompete them in this business. So market research determines what type of product you are going to produce, how much of it you are going to produce, and who is going to buy that specific product at what given price. So you need to understand all these dynamics before you even think of setting a product price. Now, when we move on to the value chain in chicken production, you need to understand that apart from being a producer, there are other role players that make it possible for you to produce table eggs that you can sell to your consumers. You can also produce meat, but you need some guys that can do specific functions to give you ease or access to the market. So a value chain is just a combination of different role players that are involved in production, packaging, transportation, marketing, branding, and even input supplying to ensure that a certain product produced by a farmer reaches the end user, who is the consumer. So in a chicken business, if you have done your research properly and you want to start with, for example, dual purpose chickens like the ones we have here, you are now focusing on producing breeding stock. These are the chickens that you sell to other farmers for them to multiply their chicken numbers, or you can focus on saying, I'm going to keep these chickens and I'll be slaughtering them to ensure that every time I slaughter, I'll be selling them at a local restaurant or maybe local supermarket where they are being consumed. So what should lead your production should always be a market need. You must be able to address a market need with your production plan to ensure that whatever you are producing from your own farm must have an end user for that product, and every time you bring the product, the specific end user must exchange for the product by paying you. So there is exchange of ownership. You give the chicken and you get money in return. That is how you should operate your business. And quite important, you need to know who supplies you with the feed, how much feed you need for raising this number of chickens, and how often you must be stocking up in terms of how many bags I must buy in a month, how many bags I must buy in a year. And I must also look at crucial things like vaccination. I must look at antibiotics. I must look at immune boosters and all these aspects that I need as inputs for my chickens to be able to grow very well and without hindering the production process. So if you plan very well, you have to come up with a production plan, and the market research addresses the issue of coming out with a production plan. You need to know, how do I feed my chickens? How many times do I have to clean the chicken house, and all these things. So you always have to ensure that you have the market requirements that allow you to participate by meeting all of these requirements. And first and foremost, for chicken producers, it's essential and important to register with the Meat Board of Namibia as a producer of poultry products. And once you have that certificate that you are registered as a poultry product producer, you can at least have access to even retail and formal markets, because you are now regulated, you are now registered, you are certified by the relevant regulatory authorities. Make sure you understand how the dynamics of the markets work. If there is a shift in one aspect of the market, it might have a lot of impacts on your price. It might have an impact on how much you can produce, and this must be adjusted with informed decisions that you gather up from the information you have from the market. So always make sure, do your research first before you set up, because in some cases farmers produce something that is not consumed in their immediate market, and then they struggle to sell this specific product. So in short, do your research and always ensure you understand who is the specific important person who plays a role to ensure that whatever you have produced, it easily reaches the end user of the product.
That's it for now. Join us next time for more valuable insights. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to avoid missing out on new content. Also, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram pages for more content.